Beware of Trojan horses. You got to get ahead of them because they already think they can get inside of you. My name is Naomi, and you're watching my channel, Saint Tess Siren. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because it's time to win. Now, I think last week Cardi B went to a Paris fashion show and she was seen with the international football player. Let me just make sure I get his name right. Maduka Okoye? I think that's his name. Anyway, Maduka is what I call a Trojan horse. Fine specimen. As you know, in Greek mythology, uh, Greeks made a beautiful horse that they climbed into and they went to the Trojan city and claimed that this is a gift. So when they wheeled that big horse in, they had the Greeks inside. And at night, during nighttime, that's when the Greek soldiers came out within the Trojan city that they've already penetrated and caused havoc. So that's what I mean by a Trojan horse, a man that's very alluring and can definitely grab the attention, has the aura, and grab the attention of all the women in the room, could have his pick. Proof has already been in the pudding millions of times throughout his life experience. And he can cause havoc in that woman's life. And she, if she's not a strong person, she doesn't manage her energy. She's a poor energy management. She doesn't realize her energy is currency and she spends it. Spend that shit. Anyway, will crumble. That woman, he can just knock her down, make her crumble, suck all her resources out of her, right? Her time, her money, her energy, get inside her physically, suck her dry, and then move on to the next. Those are what I call these types of men is what I call Trojan horses. Now, when it comes to Cardi B, I really honestly feel like that was a PR stunt. Okay, he's an international football player, aka soccer player, and he wants to get into the American market as far as like entertainment, fashion, and Cardi B is just a nice segue to introduce him into the American pop culture consciousness. But I think this is a great example for me to show sirens of how to handle a situation if you do come across this type of Trojan horse type of man. All right. Because you need to get ahead of them because they are already thinking they can get inside of you, which is actually a good position to be in. Now, when I come across a Trojan horse of a man, he's just a beautiful man, my goodness, I'm already, I want to stand out, right? I know the women around me are going to fall like bowling pins, but I will stand tall. Give him no cat, but I want to work on his mind. I want him to, if he focuses on me, I want to keep the focus on me. So how will I do that? I will do that through speaking in my favor. There are three ways to speak. And the first one is to speak in your favor. The second, to speak humble, as in to like neutralize the energy coming towards you. And the third one is to give praise, where you are speaking into the environment or into somebody else, right? You are um, spending your energy to fulfill, to praise, to build up somebody else. But in this situation, we're going to speak in our favor. I'm going to tell you how to do that. We're going to go over that in this video. So in this clip, you see Cardi B having good conversation with Maduka. Looks like maybe she's flirting. You know, she's a Libra. She's doing her thing. She's working her magic, her style, her finesse, right? During an instance like this, they usually get sexual or they tell you some type of like in a flirty or a direct way that they're interested in you, right? And what usually happens is girls kind of like fawn and crumble and oh my gosh, here's my number. No, you're going to speak in your favor and you're going to kind of speak with resistance as well. So it's like you're saying, like, stop, go. You're like, stop, go. That's kind of like the energy you're giving him. Like, I'm into it, but not really. Way you speak in your favor in this situation is, let's say he's something like, Man, you look so good. The way I would respond is, boy, you ain't good enough. You ain't good enough for me. You know, you're kind of like bringing that energy back into yourself, right? You can handle this. I've seen better, right? You're like bigging yourself up. You're just saying, like, you're keeping yourself on the pedestal while downing him, attacking that ego, right? Again, men are what? Goal oriented. And when you speak like this, you're also speaking in indifference. You're not pinging him with validation or saying, yes, you're right. I do want you inside me, right? In a conscious or subconscious way. You're you're like putting up resistance, and men like that resistance. Keeps them keeps you on their mind, makes you look different because all the other girls are leaping in their lap. But you're putting up standards like, you ain't good enough for me. Even though in your hearts of hearts, you're like, oh my God, you are a God. However you feel, whether you feel like that or you really feel like he's not good enough for me, it doesn't matter. It's all about how you control how you respond, regardless of how you feel, in order for you to reach the outcome that you want to be in, either to maintain position or to elevate into, a higher position, a better outcome than where you are at that moment. Okay. This is how you keep those types of Trojan horses, gnawing at the bit, right? You keep them interested. You know, he may ask for your number. I don't like to give out my number anymore. I'll give you my Instagram. So if I need to block you, you can't look up my address. You can't look up where I work. You can't look up on these little like people finders on the internet to see what people are doing. So if he's like, let me get your number, let me just add you on Instagram. You're just giving them a little resistance. And I have a video, one of my favorite videos that I ever made, earlier video with Rubio Rose, about how to provide resistance for a man to maintain indifference, but also have him still interested, like gnawing at the bit, still maintaining that you are a goal that he has not hit yet, right? Thus, siphoning his energy because he's mentally thinking about you. He's like, dang, I didn't get her. I want her. I want her. I want her. There's something about her, her, her. I didn't get her, her, her. Trust me, these men will be married with 3 kids still thinking about you because you're giving them what they really want, a challenge, but something playful and light. You don't have to be a bitch, right? You just have to speak with some resistance, speak in your favor, let them know, like, you're not all that. I know you think you're all that. And I know there's a lot of proof in the pudding. And I know you got a lot of confirmation and validation, and that's cool, but you're not getting it from here. And that's why you're still thinking about me. And that's why I'm standing out amongst all the other women that you're going to knock down. Right. I have a Trojan horse at work. There's a Trojan horse, gets at all the women at work. And he constantly, every time we pass each other, he's always saying something. Is this sexual harassment? Of course it is, but I'm enjoying the energy I'm siphoning from it. And so the way I keep him gnawing on the bit, focused on me without me focusing on him, right? Maintain my position, right? And it's kind of fun, because work can be kind of boring. Yesterday he said some pretty inappropriate things, and I was like, you're not even good enough. I'm not even going to enjoy anything. And he's like, oh, you think you have confidence now? I have confidence that you'll never hit this. That's where I have my confidence from, and it's flirty and it's resistant. And I just keep sucking up the energy, his mental energy, I keep having him be excited while I'm chill, right? I could just say whatever and grab him all over the place. And he's not just grabbing me all over the place, right? And it's very fun because I know I have his mental energy focused on me. And I also want to say this, when you're in this type of position, you also have to mentally uh, bathe in it. So if you're siphoning multiple men, you want to see that energy. You can see it in any way you want to. I like to see it as like sparkly, warm, velvety energy that I cocoon around me, right? Swirl around me. Take time to meditate or just take time to have a peaceful moment, whatever part of the day that is, peaceful, be in a peaceful, private moment and just wash the energy that you collect from your targets around you. Uh, See that it polishes you. Um, Metaphysically, when you are making, because what are we doing? I'm keeping my energy to myself and I'm making him, the Trojan horse, lean in, right? And so when that's happening, I'm going to tell you, it's going to change how you look. You're going to go through many different renditions of your appearance for the rest of your life because you are maintaining, gaining, siphoning your own others' energy while keeping your own energy. So I just want to say that you're going to level up in your looks gradually. Something's going to come to you. You're going to be like, I think I want to do this with my look. And it's going to pay off. You're going to be like, oh, I'm a whole new bitch, you know? Um, so again, you want to just manage that energy and feel it around you. It feels really good. All right. And you just keep him gnawing on the bit. Because like once you give yourself, then it's like, oh, I had her, on to the next. You want to stay in that space where it's that attraction, something that he never touches, right? That's where you want to stay. That's where you just keep siphoning and sucking and pulling on his energy towards you. And he going and that tension. Enjoy that tension. Enjoy the yearn. Enjoy the want and the wait. That's where the treasure, the goodness is right there. Then the men will over time will polish them to be more of a in a friendly state, right? They won't be kind of a hunter state. They'll be like they'll still flirt with you and all that stuff, but they kind of turn into more of a friend. They turn into more protection. They turn into more um, you'll get to know them. They'll share their life. They'll share their emotions. You really will get to like crack them open emotionally. Men want to crack us open physically, if we take our time, we will crack them open emotionally and get into their guts that way. It's a very fun thing to do. I love to do it. Um, you know, and then when you see how they respond to the girls that they've already hit versus how they respond to you when they haven't hit yet, so satisfying. You're on a pedestal. Don't you want to be on a pedestal? I hope you do.